Welcome to the first annual Footsies Awards ceremony with your hosts, Mike Andronico.
So, finally, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yes.
It's been a crazy year, a lot of games, a lot of tournaments, a lot of upsets, but we finally decided on a top 5 list of the best fighting games of 2012.
Yes. So, in 5th place for Game of the Year goes to Skullgirls.
Yes.
We personally gave it to Skullgirls because it's new, it's innovative,
yeah.
It's something different. I mean, it doesn't have the biggest roster, but one of the most inventive rosters that I've seen in a very long time.
Absolutely. Yeah, the game has such a fresh art style, and it was really handled well. Mike Z and Reverse Labs, who they're now called...
Lab Zero Games.
Right, they formed a new company. Instead of rushing the game out, you know, like some other games that came out this year, Mike Z really brought it to as many tournaments as possible, brought it to Comic-Con, brought it to majors, let top players get their hands on it, and the result was a pretty refined game. You know, it uses a classic Street Fighter style control scheme, has a very wide open combo system.
Yeah. Very CVS2 Marvel vs. Capcom 2 elements inside there with the ratio matches and stuff like that.
Not only that, but also a lot for the anime crowd to dig into with the air combos and the creativity. So it really is a game that caters to a lot of people while still being its own game, very unique. The patch is finally out on PlayStation 3.
Yes.
Xbox patch is coming, so the issues that the game did have are being fixed. So I see it. Hopefully, I hope it gets popular again because it's an exciting game to play. It's fun to watch, and I definitely hope that there's always a Skullgirls seed. Coming up right behind Skullgirls is another downloadable title. It's our best downloadable title of the year.
Yep.
And that goes to Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown.
Yeah, I mean, we've mentioned it before, we'll say it again. Amazing game. The most bang for your buck for a downloadable title, free on the PSN if you got it the first month it came out. Just amazing. Just an amazing game.
And what excites me, it's awesome to see Virtua Fighter become a part of the modern fighting game scene and get time on stream, get more players because it's such an affordable game. So, you know, not only is it a great game, but it's a great way for the Virtua Fighter scene to grow.
Yeah, and you know, Tekken's always popular, but we gotta admit, you know, Virtua Fighter is one of the first. You gotta remember how ugly that was back in the day, but
boxes.
Yeah, the boxes. It was disgusting. Everyone needed nose jobs in that game, but I mean, it started 3D fighters, you know, and we wouldn't have what we have now if it wasn't for Virtua Fighter. So it's good to see that, you know, they're up to their 5th installment of the franchise, but they've come a long way.
Such a long way.
And they're a force to be reckoned with still. Like, graphically, they're just on par with all the other top 3D fighters that came out this year.
Definitely deserves to be 4th place. One of the most fun games I played this year. And yeah, I plan to continue playing it.
And coming up in the 3rd spot is Persona 4 Arena. Now, I'm actually shocked that this game gets the 3rd spot for us. Of all the games that came out this year, this was the game I was least inspired to pick up.
Yeah.
I really wasn't sure about it. I was on the fence, and you know, I was like, you know what, F it, let me buy it. It's a fighting game, support the FGC, and I'm glad I did. What a game. Wow, wow, wow. You know, they gave it the Blaze Blue treatment, which I actually enjoy because I'm not the biggest fan of Blaze Blue, but the single player story content is the 2D equivalent of a Tekken Tag Tournament 2 single player content. The story mode is 40+ hours long. It was really impressive the way they took an RPG and turned it into a fighting game and actually kept RPG elements. I mean, the roster is not the biggest roster, but it's some of the coolest characters. It's very reminiscent of Skullgirls. I pretty much enjoy almost everyone on the roster. I just think it's an overall sick, cool look.
Yeah, and just between the music and the graphics, it's one of the few fighting games that just pop.
Yeah.
Where you look at it and you're like, I need to get my hands on this, I can see what it's about. It's got a bit of a learning curve, but it's got all the trials you need to get up to speed. The anime scene is definitely loving it, and so are just regular fighting game players. I mean, I still see it being played a lot of tournaments, and I think it's going to stay that way.
And I have to say, Persona 4 Arena definitely gets 3rd place because they have the hypest hype man announcer ever. That guy is so excited for his job. He loves letting you know when you win. So that game is super hype. So shout out to the hype man.
Shout out to announcers. We need more of those in fighting games.
Definitely.
And so we're at the top 2.
Yep.
And coming in at 2nd is a game it came out at the beginning of this year, so it was easy to forget about, but we did play it so much that it definitely stayed in rotation.
Yes.
It's a game that me and Natal personally lost countless hours to. I'm surprised we're still friends.
Yeah.
Because of the matches.
Yeah, seriously.
And that game is none other than Soul Calibur 5 from Namco.
Yeah, Soul Calibur 5 was amazing. I mean, came out last day of January, and what a way to end off the first month of 2012. Customization is the best customization in my opinion of all the games that came out this year. The netcode is incredible. The Global Coliseum's amazing. I hate not to. You know, Astaroth was fantastic. You know, Ezio was in that game. Shout out to Ezio being everywhere and anywhere. You know, it was just an overall great game. I mean, wow, what a game. So
Yeah.
5, what a game.
And so much content. I mean, you know, the story mode's not incredible, but the fact that there is a full single player experience with cinematics to play through is definitely, it's just nice to have. And the legendary souls mode, all the unlockables, and definitely, like Natal said, that's the game I had as much fun just messing around and customizing as I did actually playing.
Yeah.
It's got the most robust customization ever, so definitely a well-deserved number 2. Shouts to Namco, and even more shouts to Namco, because you managed to take the top 2 spots on our Best of the Year list.
Yeah.
This is a game that came out about 2 months ago, and we're still playing it constantly. Still going strong, still getting updated all the time, and that's none other than Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was unanimous. When we decided for the final one, it had to be Tekken Tag 2. For 60 bucks, you get your money's worth. You get a complete game. Oh, what? You bored of the characters you got? Go download the other ones. Now you got a roster of like 59 characters with everyone having their own solo story. The online play is ridiculous. The customization's there, and I finally realized the customization may not be as good as the SoCal 5 one, but it's really good for teams.
Yes.
You could really make your guys match and really feel like an actual team.
Yeah.
So I could see why they did the customization the way they did for that game. But yeah, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, #1 game.
You know, Tekken Tag 2 has always been one of the deepest fighting games, and there's always been a learning curve, but they finally introduced the Fight Lab feature, which is a really fun story mode that also teaches you the core fundamentals of Tekken. So between that, like Natal said, all the unlockable endings, it has it's one of the few fighting games with a great arcade mode with really memorable boss fights and things like that. So customizable music, you know, you could, for really cheap, you could download classic Tekken soundtracks. You could put, if you want to put freaking Britney Spears in the background while you're fighting, you could do that. It really is a completely customizable game. And obviously, it'd be nothing about the gameplay, and the gameplay completely delivers.
Yeah, solid. The gameplay solid. Snoop Dogg's in the game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg.
Shout out to Snoop Lion now.
Yeah, Snoop Lion. Sorry about that. Let me fix my face. But yeah, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is just incredible. So imagine if Triple T2's this good, imagine how Tekken X Street Fighter is gonna be.
Yeah. So definitely huge shouts to Namco for creating a game that I loved when it came out, and I see myself playing for years. I don't ever see myself finding a reason to put Tekken down. So easily wins our footsie for the very best fighting game 2012.
Yeah, congratulations, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. So that pretty much wraps up
the footsies.
The footsies, first annual footsies. You know, let's not forget, and we say it every time, but shout outs to the whole fighting game community. Shout outs to our fans out there in YouTube land. Shout outs to the companies really supporting fighting games and really still pumping them out. If you guys don't make fighting games, we'll still be playing CVS2 and MTC2.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you keep making them.
Yeah. And just shout out to the overall scene. I mean, I don't think FightYourRival would exist if there weren't so many exciting, passionate people, whether they're players, whether they're industry people, whether there's people like us that just make videos. You guys have all played a role in helping FightYourRival become what it is. So, you know, from the viewers to our fellow YouTubers, huge shout outs to you guys. You guys get a footsie too. You know, it's a really special thing we've got to do. So we're very excited for the future, for sure. Not only does this wrap up the first ever footsies, but this actually wraps up season 2 of FightYourRival.
Yeah, it does.
In 1 year, we've gotten to do 2 really awesome seasons, which I'm very happy with, and we're very excited for next year.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a short break, but we're definitely gonna be back with an even better season 3.
Yeah.
Better than anything we've done, you know, obviously even more event coverage.
Yeah.
And just more of what we bring to you guys all the time.
More guns, more explosions, more skin, the way we have to do it. Yeah, more blow-ups, Michael Bay status. This is going to be the seasons of all seasons, season 3. So guys, thank you for joining us on this amazing adventure the last 2 seasons. We will definitely see you in the future. We will see you in 2013. And let's see what next year holds for us in the fighting game community.
I'm very excited.
So one more time in 2012, this is Natal from FightYourRival.
This is Mike from FightYourRival.
And remember guys,
keep fighting.
Keep fighting.